fun to go out. Except I never leave my house. I'm either at work or home. And it seems kind of pathetic just drinking alone. So if you got nothing going on, have some drinks with Ron.
Hello, and welcome to Drinks with Ron. I'm Ron, and my drink's just going to settle off over there. It's off the triumvirate of taps here at Third Generation Brewing, Radio Mofo tap. I've got the Mango Rhubarb, but off the Greg Cody Show with Greg Cody tap, I just poured the latest batch of White Whale Ale. I had enough supplies to make a gallon of it, but you see, fairly dark for anything I make here, but it's a pineapple. I'll tell you that's one of the secret ingredients. But let me digress. A little bit cold down here, and I don't want to just, self-advertise so much with just a picture of myself the whole episode. So I'm going to kill two birds with one stone, cover that up, and, all right. There we go. Looking good. Feeling good. Good? All right. With the spectacles, and that light's a little aggressive. But again, let me, for the second time in this episode, digress. Still a little amped up from earlier in the day. You know how it is. Sunday morning, I only have one day a week off of work. So Sunday morning, you get up and do your coffee. I chalk up 4 big fat lines of Folgers freeze-dried and hoover those bad boys up and really get your day going. Got the stomach acid problem. That coffee, I can't do it that way, the way you people do it. Too much acid reflux there. It's bad. That's what I'm saying. But that carbonated out well. There's a little frothy foam on top there. But in the name of taking myself down a notch, since I am still a little geeked from all those stimulants earlier, I'm going to take my last gummy. It's Delta 8 or 9 or 10 or A or X or I don't fucking know. What it comes down to is that it's legal. No. It's all that matters anymore. The line's been sufficiently blurred. We're just about out of the woods. I said, Up in Smoke in 1980? One of the opening scenes, I think, is Chong talking about, it's going to be legal in a few years, man. I figure I'll have all the experience, so I'll be able to get a job then. But here we are, 43 years later, and we're getting there. We're getting there. It's quality beer. I've got the Dukes of Dixieland once again on the platter. This record's warped. The outside 1.5 inches, you can see the bubble when it comes around. So, I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait till summer when it's a little hotter out and that shit's a little more pliable. A couple of boards and some weight and see if I can't press that out when it's a little warmer. All the real Dixieland bangers are on the first outside strip of the record, and that needle just fucking humps when it comes around. So, not that this is bad, but I was really hoping for some uppity fucking Dixieland. I had a whole Dixieland section around here in my vinyl, which great camera work, you can't see, but I'm down to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 crates of vinyl. I'm down to 11 crates. How'd you get down to 11 crates, Ron, you ask? Put about 4 of them over there on a shelf. So, no crates. I win. I win. Cut down my crates. If that's how you measure records. And for the sake of this, I do. But, I still got to get rid of a lot of these. Everything over there is mostly to sell, except for my Dixieland, which I found over there. It's been vastly reduced. I don't know if I got rid of it in a huff. There should be all my comedy under here. Which technically, this cabinet's where all the comedy is. That's not a crate either. But yeah, I'm discombobulated. Since I moved shit to that shelf, I'm not sure where a lot of the stuff is. You know anything about vinyl dudes? You all have your own weird vinyl filing and sorting system. And I definitely do. See over here, we've got 60s, and then 60s rock, which are very different things. 70s rock, and then 70s rock obscure. So there's shit in the back, man. That's going to be like your, I don't know, probably your Spooky Tooth. Blood rock. Fuck yeah, blood rock's back there. Yeah, Sniffing the Tears. But it's like sniff, like and. So is it like sniff and the tears? Fickle Heart. Well, I mean, don't get more obscure than that, my friend. It don't. Unless maybe you're talking about Travis Wammack. No, he had a moment. So, yeah, I think Sniff in the Tears. I'm not sure if that's the band name or the album name. Now I'm curious. They could have been a little more clear about it, to be fair. But, that's... Oh, Red, White, and Blues image. Sniff in the Tears. I think that's the band. Sniff in the Tears. Who's Sniff? Which one of these fine gentlemen is Sniff? Because the rest of them, by default, have to be the Tears. And I'm assuming the woman over here is not in the band. I don't know. I'm going to have to do a deep Google and figure out some more about this. And I'm intrigued. But yeah, 70s rock obscure. Then over here is all the Beatles solo projects, which I've classified as the shiz. So if you're digging around in the shiz, you might find some classics. All my stereophonic stuff. Man, what the fuck else is in here? Oh yeah, anything horn-based. Les Elgart. Oh, my James Last is always going to be in the shiz. Yeah, any of the persuasive percussion or dynamic directional, they recorded a lot of shit taking advantage of stereo sounds. It's pretty cool. So I've tried to stock up on those anytime I've found them in various thrift stores. But yeah, and from there, we've got funky, which, explains itself. That's where you're going to find your Herbie Hancock and your Slave and your Roger Troutman. Barry White, I believe, is in there. Yeah, Papa John Creech. Real heavy with the funk in that section. Then over there, I've got basically 60s and 70s, which I would consider my favorite bands. So you've got your Beatles, your Dylan, your Hendrix, your Zeppelin, your Harry Nilsson, in my particular case. The big bands, the ones I really, really like, all their shit in one crate. Down here, I've got kind of 80s and on, which I call new. That's a relative term, but a crate of that. And then down here's the country, which is Willie Nelson is about half the crate. And then you've got your Johnny Cash, your Waylon, your some Roger Miller in there. I'm very particular about my country. I said comedy down here. Christmas albums, old kids records. I got a whole fucking stack of those. Soundtracks. Yeah, gotta love movie soundtracks. All the Christmas. And then another stack of shit that I have to go through and determine if I'm keeping or getting rid of. That's the fun part of getting a random crate of vinyl. Is you don't know what you're gonna... The way you score them anymore... Now people know I'm like the vinyl guy around town, so I would get messages from people working at thrift stores when crates came in. My sister was working at one a while ago too, so it was like anytime I got notified. But depending on the place, I pick through. I only usually want 5, 6, maybe 8, depending on the price. And when you're done, it's usually like, you just want to take the whole crate. Like, no, I don't. But sometimes you do. And then you pick through, see stuff you might like. Sort everything over to your Dixieland pile. Oh, yeah, there's more over there. Those 2 of those are to get rid of. And the other ones, I've got some big band and some orchestral. And then another box to get rid of. So, yeah, I mean, that's the fun part, though. Filtering through here in these records and going, you know what? That one's got a spot over in funky. Let me put him over there. Or, my camp pile is back there. Love a good campy record, even if it's unintentionally. I've got a lot of that stuff. hilarious covers, weird things. Although like over here, I've also got like presidential speeches and the history of our nation and any weird fucking thing like that. I've got over there just for. I said it's not camp value, but it's got to have its own spot. So that's what it comes down to. You got to have the sorting. You got to sort it out. Your own weird filing system for vinyl, and that's mine. So if you want some boxes of vinyl cheap, you let me know. I will ship them to you. $25 sold. Fuck. That's what you get when you come into an episode with no idea what the fuck you're going to talk about. But yeah, again, I'm going to tease that these stickers may or may not still be on these taps the next episode. Because I've got some new ones coming in related to the podcast. And then I've got a podcast store going up. Well, it's up. I just haven't been plugging it, so nobody knows it exists. But soon, I'm going to push my merchandise. So, shit. My Dixieland's running out. And I can't... If I don't finish my beer in the episode, I have to pay $1 into the Wrath of Todd Fine bucket, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to finish my drink and hammer this episode out. So for Drinks with Ron, I'm Ron, signing off.